Hi guys, and welcome to an almost personal reading I'm doing for whoever needs it. Long story short, I'm in the mood to do a tarot reading, but I can't do for all the signs, and I like to do in-depth readings. So I am doing an almost personal. Take what resonates with you, leave behind the rest. Never ever force it to fit if it doesn't. Alright, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna just gonna dive in. I'm gonna pull some cards. I'm gonna go this very intuitively, okay guys? So bear with me and have patience. I'm also going to use some oracles, and I am feeling pulled towards a particular deck I haven't used in a long time. So I will need to, you will need to be patient with me when I pull out that one. Okay, let's get to it. I hope you're doing amazing. Let's start by doing some shuffling here. Messages coming through for whoever needs it. Keep seeing the Seven of Pentacles, also in my mind side. What's that energy about? It's almost like a pause mode. It's a pause mode of going over your resources, going over things, reassessing. What do we have? Alright, I'm there. Queen of Wands right there. She's about to bring light into something. Oh, the queens and the kings. They are so difficult. Well, all of the court cards, they are... They come with specific energies that are, it's not just about reading it from the book, let me say it like that. Alright, let me see, what do we have here? Two of Swords, that is so insane. Sorry guys, Two of Swords, wow. It's because the place I was being pulled into when shuffling is a place that I associate with Two of Swords. It's a particular place where I have a memory associated with it. And it's a place. It's near a bay. It's actually no. Is it a bay? It's a coastline. If you look at the Two of Swords in the Radar White deck, you have her sitting near water, right? And the way she's sitting like on a pavement. There's a place I know that looks like that, and that's where I was pulled into because it was the smell of ocean and the seagulls and all of that. And here we have the Two of Swords. So we're talking about that momentary pause, figuring out what to believe. The Two of Swords was one of the energies when I was first getting into tarot, this was the first, I believe, the energy that I really had to do a lot of research on, trying to get into what on earth was the Two of Swords about, how could I understand the Two of Swords. What kind of imagery, what kind of energy could I associate? How could I how could I learn it? How could I take it in? That was the Two of Swords. Took me a while. It is, as I said, an energy here about not quite knowing. It is a choice, yes, but it's the moment before the choice. Imagine each sword representing a particular path, a direction, a truth. But it is the energy that comes right before the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords is the decision, and it's a decision where one truth, one mindset is chosen and another one is left behind. It can also be the energy where a third energy comes in between and cuts through, depending on how long you sit in not quite knowing, because that's what will also be represented here. What's crossing it? Ten of Wands. There's something heavy here with you. every time I look under the bottom of the deck, there is this passion that wants to come out. This drive. Don't know if it's a communication that wants to come through, I don't know, but we will see. Let's see what we at least have on the table here. Show me. Here we have the Queen of Wands in the past. I'm gonna lay out all the cards. This is going to be so interesting. Got a lot of Pisces energy here. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This has to do with something about a new beginning. You don't quite know what to believe. You don't quite know. You may be finding yourself in this what we call a bliss state. How can I explain this? If you are spiritual and you experience what some may call a dark night of the soul or awakening or whatever, there are many narratives on this, right? One of them is that you go through a dark night of the soul, which is one thing on its own. It's not the most pleasant thing. It's basically getting things up into the light from the dark within yourself, working on yourself. It takes a long time. It can be, depending on the situation, it can feel very turbulent, let's say like that. And it comes in different stages. It comes in different formats, right? It can, if you have neglected working on yourself, there's things you haven't wanted to see for a very long time, it can come like, it can feel like a heaviness, right? Rather than if you are used to working on yourself and there's not an outside event to trigger an event, like a very heavy awakening of the soul, right? Such a betrayal, typical one, betrayal. But you are, it's more like a slow process, and it doesn't feel as heavy. In all cases, there tends to be these stages where you really discover a lot about yourself and everything can feel amazing, and then comes this momentary pause, basically, where it feels as though nothing is happening. You had this euphoria you had from the awakening process where, oh my God, everything seems amazing. It kind of steps into the background, and sometimes it can feel as though there's just a void. No, it doesn't have to be like a dark night of soul. It can also just be this void that is felt, a void where nothing really happens. It's also an energy related to, let's say you just had something amazing going on. You just spent a few months, everything was all at a high. Everything was at a high. There was noise everywhere, you were busy, everything was just amazing, and then you come home and then there's a void. Or you just had a lot of intense periods. Basically, that's the void. There's been an intense period, and now there's a void. It's not the same euphoria for good or bad. It's just a void. That can feel interesting, to say the least. Because when I see here what it is that you have in your awareness, it's that you don't quite know. That's all I get here. You don't quite know. You're hoping here to use your intellect, so to say, to almost like cut through something, but you don't quite know, because we have the moon here. That's you with the moon energy. You have the temperance, but you have this moon energy here being in what's in your reality. It's like it's unknown. And then I'm pulled back to the Two of Swords one more time, especially that where she sits on the bay with the moon in the background. You can see that moon right there. There's something here that has strong ties to your sense of security, emotional security almost ties up to the home. You know what, we're going to pull some more energies here. We're going to pull a moonology now that we have this strong moon energy on the table. Oh. Well, you know what, let's say like this. What I do see in the past is that you have, I don't know if you met someone or if this is just you that has this Queen of Wands energy. of actually shining light into areas that have been hidden, possibly even for yourself. That is what's in the past here. It does tie up to a particular person, meaning that you may have been triggered in some way here. Could have been someone from the past, we're going to look into it, right? But in all cases, this Queen of Wands comes with this strong fire. She has a strong fire in that she can really just open up things that we don't want opened up. But when she has, yeah, that's what she does, right? That's also a Pisces energy. She shines a light into your 12th house, your sabotage, your self-sabotage, among others, right? Things that may be hidden to you, but other people can see it in your little quirks and all that. She can shine light into that. She can go in there and she can pull up things that you can use for your creativity, but she can also shine light to wounds, right? And that is what I see here, something here coming back from the past, but it's being brought into the light. But things are still somewhat hidden to you in some area or another. That's because that's what I get. There's something here you don't quite know. I feel as though we're actually splitting the two energies here, meaning that, yeah, there's something interesting about this Queen in the past here. But let's see what we get with the Moon. Time to take a breath out, and it's time to release negativity. Time to take a breath to breathe out. Let's get the book here. Hickok. Disseminate. Oh, I just had it. There we go. The intensity of the full moon has abated, and what are we left with? That's what this card is asking you. It suggests that the situation you're asking about now has peaked, and it's time for you to regroup and learn from your experience rather than blindly forging ahead. Have faith that what is happening is for the best. Try to accept the way things are now and give yourself and others time to relax. Breathe, we can't all be on time. If you feel like you hit an obstacle or failed in some way, now is the time to reflect on how to do things differently next time. Be honest with yourself if you feel bad about your current situation, and then remind yourself that life goes on. This is a tune into the moon if you want to, then it's I am where I am, and that is okay. You should know where you stand now, or either now or very soon. You will need to take some time out to regroup here. Avoid falling into a slum. That's easier said than done. Guys, we're gonna go into this because this reading is probably a little bit harsh, because I see what we have coming up for you as the most likely outcome is the Chariot in the reverse. The Chariot in the reverse is actually a blockage, right? It's a blockage. And how do I see that? I see it coming with probably something here coming back from the past. A small communication where your strength will be to probably let it go of some sort. There's like a reconciliation energy coming here. And I don't see it really progressing here. Because what you don't see is that you have a new opportunity. But you know what, let's pull out some more cards and we start clarifying, right? I think before we go into start debating what is coming towards you, let's start debating on what is actually going on right now. Or debating, let's talk about that. See one more here for this. Because I have some animals that's been screaming to come out. That sounded crazy, I know. We have great big love. And it is what it is. It's time to release negativity. There's some door here. When it closes, it closes. Time to breathe out in great big love. I can't remember when I last saw this great big love. It's been a while since that showed up. Let me get this one because it's actually rather good energy. It comes with the great big love. Love without conditions, romantic love, and how that experience changed you. Deep and profound harmonies, connection, and soulmate. Love heals all wounds, begins all life. It sustains you when you are starving from grace, when you stumble and fall, and when you lose sight of your purpose and fall prey to limited perspective of ego. Now is the time to fall in love and call in the awareness of the great big love that made you, which is ever pulsing through your veins. There is a heightened sense of awareness in the beginning stages of a relationship when nothing else matters but who is in front of you. You see them, you see yourself in them, and you move in sync with the cadence of your heart. You surrender to the magic, you share and engage in harmonious dance that is in seamless movements, rising, falling with even movement, blah blah blah. Although this card portends such an intimate connection, you don't have to wait for a partner to experience it. You're being invited now to explore love in all its beauty. Can you love without conditions? Without needing things to be perfect? Do you love your life, what you do, and what you contribute to the world? This is the love, 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 love. That's what the great big love is, but it is love without conditions. But notice what it also says is like love. You don't need that other one. In case you are single here, it's like, can you love without the expectations? Can you be in the present moment? Can you have that calmness? Can you breathe out? Can you stop and appreciate what it is that you have around you? Because there's a lot of calm energy here. Because there's something here about a door closing out. And rather than chasing it, it's something about making this powerful move or just letting it go. To just release any kind of negative mind pattern and no longer chasing. It's calmness. Let's see what we get else here. I feel so we should pull some archetypes to put some underneath all of this. What I'm curious especially about is because there are two women showing up here. Or the two queens, right? Especially that Queen of Wands in the past. And then we have your Queen of Swords in what it is that you're hoping for. Okay, guys. I'm gonna make this a little bit of a long reading, okay? But it's interesting. I don't like the outcome. I don't know why you have this weird outcome. This happens it happens more than often. It surprises me how often I have this happen where everything looks, oh, it's okay. And then suddenly, bam, the most likely outcome is like, where the fuck did that crash come from? How can we have everything go this way? Well, that means there must be something in there must be something in the environment that is blocking. Because remember, we need to co-create. We can't create only by ourselves. We do need to co-create, and that is probably also why we have this hanged man down here. It's almost like saying patience. Yeah, we have patience also with the temperance. Now I look at you here. There's something about you being derailed from your path. Have you lost vision about where it is that you're supposed to go, or where you feel in alignment, where the doors will not continuously close in your face, where you are welcome? But then again, that's such a difficult energy. Because sometimes when you are on the right path, doors will also shut down in your face if you have people working against you. Or, yeah, it sounds like a little bit antagonistic here, but unfortunately, it is. It does happen, right? I thought about, what was it, the Harvey Weinstein, how he worked against several women trying to make a way up in the a lot of wanted to work in, or was it, there was one I thought about was what she wanted to work in political campaigns or something like that, and he basically destroyed that because she didn't want to go down on him. Meaning that you could have been on the right path, but then something on the outside there, right? But let's see here. Comic and the Queen of Wands. Now something here about going back to the planning, back to the, yeah, I get here in the recent past as though we have a situation in which someone, I feel this is you, you may have had a positive attitude when something here didn't work out. Or, yeah, because there is something here about needing to go back and do plans. You are just about to go in some sort of a direction, the skills may not have been there. Attention was placed in the wrong place, but right now we do have this mask in the reverse, and we have we have Two of Swords here, crossed by the Ten of Wands. I get as though you're deciding to let something here go. You taking this pause? You have such weird energies. I'm gonna pull one of these. Because this is a matter here about the... I don't know if this is you lying to yourself or someone lying to you. But it feels as though the vision, that goal you're working towards, you see it, but it's almost as though you're losing touch with it. And some of you may not want to make a final decision, because it's almost as though you know, in order for you to pursue this vision, you will have to let another new beginning go. What do we have here for you? We have tenacity and defend. Tenacity. Oh God, do I have to find that there? Tenacity. Sorry, I gotta find it. B, A, B, C, D, A, B. Burdock. Tenacity. Tenacity, tenacity. Da da da. God, of course, come down. Tenacity is the oracle property associated with this one, because of the birds which cling stubbornly to anything they can, and because this plant often thrives in the most difficult terrain. Some situations require acceptance and letting go, but there are also times when you have to keep holding on, when persistent determination and perseverance are the qualities that will eventually bring the greatest reward. Your journey will not always be easy. Sometimes you may feel overwhelmed, underappreciated and unseen. Take these difficult moments one step at a time, cling to the things you know to be true and valuable, and eventually you will prosper. Wow, you have energies that work against each other here. You really have energies that work against each other. I'm almost feeling a little... Because yes, it's for you to take a break here and release negativity about doors closing down, but not giving up. Are you about to go in some sort of a new direction here? You're gonna get very, very frustrated. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, it feels as though you're being derailed from your path. It's like you're frustrated because it's if you feel doors are closing, it's because you're probably not on the right path. So how are you gonna get into the right path again? How are you gonna push yourself? Or how are you gonna be redirected? Some of you are going off track. Or it may feel, if you feel as though things are heavy here, it may be that you have gone off track. And you are now taking this pause, this where you disconnect almost, to, in this bliss stage here, to basically find your vision again. And to not give up, but you gotta be patient here. Now let's see what it is, because I see this communication coming your way again. It is, however, full of murkiness. Someone here may call you out. The past is coming back. It's in your surroundings, the judgment in the reverse, the river and the storm. Something here is coming your way again. It comes with a slight... It wants to be forgiven, whatever this energy is. It wants to be forgiven. It wants to go over the past again. But your hope here is that you will see through shit. That you will have become clear-sighted. You will see through lies. Your fear is lies. What you don't see is that we have someone here that runs away from responsibilities. Some of you guys are gonna be very dim here. And bored. And you want to fight for yourself. And you may become a little aggressive in a way that you decide to stand up to yourself. But be mindful of that. Be mindful here. Because what is coming up here is the Page of Swords. He brings news, but he comes with a lot of emotional confusion. There's murkiness that's gonna be triggering you. When this past energy comes back, you will be triggered. And you will especially be triggered if it is that you have not fully dealt with what happened in the past here. In the past, I get that there's an energy here of you starting to slowly wake up. To start to slowly grow a spine, so to say. To start to understand your potential. But you are still in the dark. And there is still this energy here within you that you can get tired. If you flicker towards light, that you I don't know if it's like you find some sort of a source of light that's not your own. You know what I mean? It's not your own. It's very important that you find your own vision as well. To be guided, to go into your own subconsciousness, to even though you're finding yourself confused and you don't quite know. It's about staying in that confusion even though it feels heavy. And it may have to do with a partnership here. Some of you, please be mindful that you don't go all hyper-vigilant about some sort of a partnership. Always looking for the next partnership. Who's coming towards me to save me? Always looking outside rather than forgetting to look inside. That will drain you. We have someone watching you. They're watching to see how... What are they watching for? They're watching to see how you speak, how you work, how you handle things. How decisive are you? How adaptable are you? It has a lot to do with they want to see how strong you are. You have someone here guiding you, coming up. Someone who's very protected, but it comes a lot of murkiness with it as well. It's a small communication, but unfortunately, there's an arrogance to be someone here has an arrogance that needs to be you need to be mindful of. I don't know if this is you or them. They're looking for someone to create. They're creating a storage. If you can, how can I explain this? It's like having an animal here that's about to go into winter, and they are looking for who they can collect, or like food to collect, so that they have enough in store. I have almost like a karmic energy here, and the most likely outcome. Look out for people who circulate around you. They have their eye on you. But I don't know why it is that they got their eye on you like this. It's actually a little bit scary. Let's see. What do we have in that? Up there. Because I don't like that outcome. Seeking recognition. Guys, I don't like this. I have someone very arrogant here, who needs to be recognized, and they can't really go forward unless they have been recognized. Your role here appears to be that you continue to give them compliments and make them feel good about themselves. And it's almost as though they're circling around you here to see how good are you at giving them compliments. How good are you at making them feel good? How does that have to do anything with your vision? I'm gonna do another one. This is insane. I don't like the outcome. I'm almost being thrown back to the first two stalker readings I ever did. Something about a shark and something about nobody needs to know everything about you. They don't need to know everything about you. Can you add more on this? I can't figure out if this is a good or bad person. Here we have this King and Queen of Pentacles again, and I had a Queen of Cups. Because I don't want to mess it up if it's a good energy, right? But I swear to God. Something coming towards you very quickly after this pause, which is this new beginning, but it comes after having not paid attention to something here. You will be very much focused on this. Yeah, okay, forget it. I get what it is. It says someone here wants to offer you something, but it has no strings attached to it. It's not enough. Doesn't bring a lot of stability. They are looking out for themselves, for their own good. So they are testing you. They are seeing how stable you are, how much you can take, how reliable are you. I don't really appreciate the energy. I can get that they are looking out for themselves, yes, but they are bringing they're basically keeping someone stuck. Would probably be you. They're keeping someone stuck in a loop with the energy that they bring with them, and they are actually blocking it. It's because they have these control issues. They need to control how things progress. And here we have you. You're sitting in the Two of Swords energy, which is so gonna stalk again here, come very soon. Because you don't quite know, it's so heavy. The energy that's here, it's heavy, but you can sit in it. And you can take on a mask that is to make this person happy. Be kind. But your hopes are not to, you don't want to lie. It's almost like you feel as though this is going to lead you somewhere that you want to go, but you don't quite know where to go. So you're just flowing. You're going with the flow with this energy here because you're hoping that it's gonna push you in the right direction. And in the meantime, you stay silent about your opinions. You give the compliments you need to. You're kind. But what you get as a result, again, is still not anything of commitment here. Someone here is still, whoever it is that you're dealing with, they still look out for their own needs. Even if they have integrity, they are not willing to open up. It's almost like, you know, working on it's like not having a proper contract. Can I say it like that? Yes. Or you hoping to be in a relationship with someone, but all they can give you is this no strings attached. So that is no conditions. But again, there was something here about it's time to let something out, let something go. I'm gonna do another one and then I'll see if we will post this one. Okay, that's it. I will see you. Ciao.